Good morning. Please join us in singing our opening hymn, From This Bright Hour. From this bright hour and days to come, as we have gathered into one, open the gates and the light will shine all around. Let there be light. Wounds of the world begin to heal as peace with justice is made real. Open the gates and the light will shine all around. Let there be light. All are welcome, all invited, with open hearts and open minds. In our living, in our learning, may we always be searching for truth and light. Now is the hour, join in the song, here in this place where we belong. Open the gates and the light will shine all around. Let there be light.
Good morning. Welcome to First Unitarian Church of Portland, where our mission is to nurture the individual spirit and to build the beloved community. We are so glad you are with us today for our family worship service. Welcome to all, and especially to those who are visiting today. Thank you for joining us. If you have easy access to a small pumpkin or a gourd, or even an apple or similar sized fruit, that will be helpful to gather for later on in our service. Thank you again, and welcome. For today's chalice lighting, we received some help from our high schoolers in YRUU. Working in small groups, they carved these pumpkins. The tradition of creating carvings like these began in what is known today as Ireland and in Celtic communities throughout Great Britain and northern France. At that time, it wasn't pumpkins that were used. Instead, it was usually large turnips, but also large potatoes or beets. This was centuries ago, before electricity, so with a candle placed inside, these carvings became lanterns during the earth-centered, which is often called pagan, festival known as Samhain. Samhain in Gaelic translates to summer's end, and this festival begins at sunset on October 31st, tonight, and continues through November 1st. It was believed that during this one night and into the next day, while people were saying goodbye to the light of summer and awaiting the darkness of winter, spirits and ghosts could freely roam between this world of the living that we call home and the spirit world. These carved lanterns had spooky faces because it was believed that this would help protect people from spirits and ghosts who were not the friendly types of spirits or ghosts. So whether you were carrying a carved lantern with you or you kept it outside your home, it was believed that you would be protected while also sharing light with your dark surroundings. And like we do every Sunday, we'll now share the light by lighting our chalice. We are Unitarian Universalists. We light this chalice in faith, in hope, and in love. The words of Madeleine L'Engle. Good helps us. The stars help us. Perhaps what you would call light helps us. Love helps us. Come, let us worship together. Today we'll share a story written by Margaret McNamara and illustrated by G. Brian Karras. It's called How Many Seeds in a Pumpkin? Charlie liked school. He liked his teacher, Mr. Tiffin. He liked his best friend, Alex. But he did not like lining up to go into school. Mr. Tiffin's class lined up by size, tallest to smallest, or smallest to tallest. Charlie was the smallest in the class every time. One chilly fall morning, Charlie was surprised to see 3 bright orange pumpkins on Mr. Tiffin's desk. One pumpkin was big, one was medium, and one was small. How many seeds in a pumpkin? Mr. Tiffin asked the class. Does anybody know? Nobody knew, but everybody had ideas. The biggest one has the most, said Robert. I bet it has 1 million seeds. Robert was the tallest boy in the class. The medium one has 500, Eleanor said. Eleanor always sounded as if she knew exactly what she was talking about. The tiny one has 22, said Anna. Anna liked even numbers better than odd ones. Mr. Tiffin wrote down all the guesses on the blackboard. Charlie was very quiet. What are you thinking, Charlie? Asked Mr. Tiffin. I'm thinking that all the best guesses are taken, Charlie said. Why don't we open up these pumpkins and see? Said Mr. Tiffin. The next day, the kids in Mr. Tiffin's class brought in spoons for scooping and bowls for holding and plastic bags for throwing out. They covered the floor with newspaper. They put on their smocks. It's a messy business counting pumpkin seeds, Mr. Tiffin said, but the class was ready. After Mr. Tiffin cut a circle around each pumpkin stem, Kimmy, Alex, and Jake pulled off the caps. The children peered inside. This big one definitely has the most, said Robert. We'll see, said Mr. Tiffin. The pumpkin pulp was slimy and stringy, and the seeds were hard to get out. When the children were finished, there were 3 empty pumpkins and 3 full bowls and 22 messy hands. Tomorrow we will find out the answer to our questions, said Mr. Tiffin. Tonight, your homework is to think about how we should count all the seeds. That afternoon, Mr. Tiffin dried the seeds. The next day, he put them in 3 paper bags marked big, medium, and small. Did you do your homework? He asked the class. Yes, Alex said. I think we should just guess. Tara said, I think we should count very, very carefully. And Molly said, I think we should count by 2s, 5s, and 10s. The class agreed that Molly had a good idea. Robert, Kimmy, and Jake all wanted to count the seeds in the big pumpkins by 2s. Anna said if she could join them, then we can be the 2s club. They practiced counting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. They said it all together. Jeremy, Tara, Eleanor, Molly, and Alex liked counting by 5s. We'll count the seeds in the medium pumpkin, said Molly. We can be the 5s club. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll take the smallest pumpkin, said Charlie. I guess I'll be in the 10s club. Good idea, said Mr. Tiffin. 10, 20, 30, Charlie began. Soon there were many groups of seeds in front of each pumpkin. The Twos Club. See, said Robert, the Twos Club has the most. They had 170 pairs of seeds. The Fives Club. We have lots too, said Eleanor. They had 63 groups of 5 seeds and 1 seed left over. The Tens Club. Charlie had exactly 35 groups of 10 seeds. Robert looked at the seeds in front of Charlie. You don't have a whole lot, he said. Let's get counting, said Mr. Tiffin. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, began Robert, Kimmy, Jake, and Anna. It took a long time to count 170 pairs of seeds. My brain hurts, says Anna. The biggest pumpkin had 340 seeds. Almost a million, said Jake. The fives were a little easier. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, chanted Jeremy, Tara, Eleanor, and Molly. There were 316 seeds in the medium pumpkin. Too bad for you, said Robert. It's not a contest, said Molly. The tens were the fastest of all, since there were just 35 groups. 10, 20, 30, 40, Charlie counted to himself. This can't be right, he said. What can't be right? Asked Mr. Tiffin. There are 350 seeds in my little pumpkin, said Charlie. That means it has the most of all. So it does, said Mr. Tiffin. Congratulations, Charlie, said Alex. The Tens Club wins. It's not a contest, said Robert. Mr. Tiffin told the class to gather around. You can never tell just how many seeds are in a pumpkin until you open it up, he said. But there may be some clues. Take a good look at these. The class did. Charlie's is darker orange, said Anna. And it has more lines on the outside, said Robert. Yep, said Mr. Tiffin. For each line on the outside, there is a row of seeds on the inside. That's good to know, said Eleanor. And the longer the pumpkin grows, the more lines it gets. Its skin gets darker too. So Charlie said, even though my pumpkin was the smallest, it was on the vine the longest? Exactly, Mr. Tiffin said. When it was time to go home, the class lined up by the door. Smallest to tallest this time, said Mr. Tiffin. Robert was at the back. Eleanor was in the middle. Charlie was at the front. Small things can have a lot going on inside them, Charlie said to Mr. Tiffin. And then they left the classroom, with Charlie leading the way.
Today's special music is another piece by singer and songwriter Melanie DeMore. It's called I'm Sending You Light. So as I sing this song, you'll hear the phrase, I'm sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. Come back over and over again. And when you do, I invite you to sing along with me as soon as you get the tune in your head. And then think about something or someone that you'd like to send some light to out of deep inside you. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you'll never walk alone. I feel you deep within. So I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter what you feel or what you choose to show, I'm always there for you. And so I want you to know that I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I'll walk the path with you. Go slow, dear one, don't hurry. I'll go just like you need to go. There is no need to worry, 'cause I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
Good morning and happy Halloween. I'd like to invite you to try a guided meditation with me this morning. So now would be a great time to grab that mini pumpkin or gourd or apple, whatever you found at home that Nicole mentioned in our welcome. See if you can find something like that if you have that nearby. If you don't have something like this, you can use really just about any small object that would fit in your hand, or you can even just use your palm itself if you don't have anything available. So if each person with you today has something, that would be great. And now what I'd like you to do is take your item and find a comfortable place to lie down. Ideally on the floor if you have space, that would be great. Otherwise maybe on the couch, or if you're not in a comfortable place to lie down, just rest and relax into the place that you're in. If you're seated, just lean back, relax, and that will work as well. So if you're lying down, go ahead and take your pumpkin or what you found and rest it right on top of your belly. So right around where your belly button is. And just see if you can find a little place to set that. And if it feels steady to where it will stay there in place and not fall off, go ahead and take your hands off and just rest them at your sides. If it feels a little wobbly, like it might roll off, go ahead and just cradle your hands around it so that it doesn't fall. And so now I'd like us to practice some deep belly breathing. And so to take a really deep breath that fills you up, relax your belly so that it rises naturally when you breathe in deeply. When you breathe out, your belly should gently fall back down. And if your belly isn't rising and falling when you breathe, it may take a little practice to relax enough and breathe deeply enough for this to happen. So as you are breathing in and out, the pumpkin or other item that you have should remain steady on your belly. Breathing too fast might make it fall off. So breathe in and out slowly and allow the pumpkin or apple to rest steadily on your belly and rise up and then down as you breathe in and out. And if you're in a seated position, you can just take that pumpkin and hold it against your belly. And instead of going up and down, the pumpkin will go away from you as you breathe in and back towards you as you breathe out. So let's practice this a few times. You can close your eyes, or you can just cast your gaze on the pumpkin and just hold your eyes there and watch it as it goes up and down. So breathe in slowly for about a count of 5 and allow your belly to rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, pumpkin rising. And out, pumpkin falling. Rising and falling. Pumpkin or apple rising with your belly or away from you. And breathe out, pumpkin back down or back towards you. Let's try a couple more times. In and out. In and out. And as you continue to breathe in and out, allowing your belly to rise and fall, think about the pumpkins from the story and the hundreds of miraculous seeds that were inside the pumpkins that the children carved out. Each seed full of potential, the potential to grow another pumpkin vine next year with many more pumpkins, large and small and all different shapes. Rising belly, falling belly. Now think about your belly and what's inside you. All the amazing parts of our bodies on the inside that we can't see. They allow us to live and breathe and do the wonderful things that we can do. Feel your body working. Breathe in and out. Rising and falling. Rising and falling. Now, when you are ready, please open your eyes or shift your gaze away from your pumpkin or apple, whatever it may be, or just your hand on your belly. Gently take your pumpkin or your item off of your belly, and now slowly get up or shift your position. One more breath in and out. Thank you for joining me in this guided meditation. Happy Halloween!
The words of Rupi Kaur. There are days when the light flickers, and then I remember I am the light. I go in and switch it back on. This is the day we have been given. Let us rejoice in it and be glad. Go in peace, practice love. Amen.
Please join us in singing our closing hymn, Go Your Way in Peace. May love guide you on your way. Comfort